Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chartwise Women with Erin Swenlin and Mary Ellen McGonagle. Welcome to this Thursday, December 3rd, 2020 Chartwise Women Show. We're very glad to have you here. Mary Ellen, how is everything going with you on your side of Southern California?
That's right. I'm way up the road in LA, La La Land. And yeah, things are just hunky-dory. We're in lockdown, and rightfully so. This LA County, they just keep hitting record highs with COVID cases, but lockdown is nothing new.
I know,
I'm I've been in lockdown. I will
I know,
remain
right?
in lockdown. But I think for those younger, certainly yeah,
Yes,
those
yes.
that are long to be out and about are suffering a little bit, but yeah,
Well,
otherwise
hopefully you
all
had a
well.
good Thanksgiving anyway. I know we
Yeah,
had a much smaller gathering this
likewise. Yeah.
year.
Mm-hmm.
So that was actually kind of nice in some regards. I got to watch football all day, and that was really a nice change because I can't do
Yeah.
that anywhere else.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think they canceled one of the main games. But yeah, I'm hearing that from quite a few people that the smaller gathering was actually a welcome, I don't want to say relief, but when you're there with your closest and dearest, it it can be quite nice.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Very much enjoyed it. So,
Good, good.
all right. Well, it is the holiday season upon us. Of course, we just finished with turkey, and now it is time to focus on Santa Claus and
Mm.
the holiday season and Christmas and trees and lights. So we thought we would theme our show today on "'Tis the Season." And we have quite a few charts to talk to you about and look at. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at our wisdom of the week. And there we go. So I'm going to start off with the top one. And one of the things we're going to talk about is the Santa Claus rallies. And so I believe at this time of year, it's really important to identify, number one, if we have a Santa Claus rally, and if we don't, when are we should expect a Santa Claus rally? Is he coming to town or not? Many years he does not come to town, but we will look at some seasonality on that. Go ahead, Mary Ellen, you're next.
Yes, absolutely. So the Santa Claus Rally, I think further in, we're going to explain exactly what that means, but there is a 5-day period of general bullishness. And my wisdom of the week has to do with using that historical precedent as your guide. There's a specific 5-day period. And then, of course, you won't want to just invest blindly because history tells you that it's a generally good period. You will, of course, want to know how to analyze that chart and come together using that historical precedent with your chart analysis. It will greatly improve your trading results, certainly over time, for sure.
All right, so why don't we go ahead and talk a little bit about the Santa Claus rally? Have you found in your work that the Santa Claus rally is a thing?
Yes, it is something that again, I think the next slide we're going to explain a little bit more about the exact parameters, but it's something that's fun to talk about each year. I think I know I've written maybe an article last year about this, and it's certainly a phenomenon to be aware of. And as far as the exact reasons why we have this Santa Claus rally, they attribute it to any number of things, ranging from holiday optimism to year-end portfolio management, where they align their holdings so that their year-end statements have a certain look, i.e.,
Mhm.
that they've been in these winning stocks. So a lot of different reasons, but yes, it's certainly worth taking time to delve into and get to know what it's all about.
Absolutely. So yes, if you check in Stock Traders Almanac, and of course we have this book for sale in the Stock Charts bookstore, so you may want to check it out. The Santa Claus rally is a period of about 5 trading days in December and 2 of January. So it's really a compact amount of time if you want to look at it as far as a definition, if you will. And the lack of a rally right around Christmas can sometimes mean that we've got tough times. And I think that 2018 was probably a great example of that. So anyway, let me see. I'm going to bring up my charts.
Yeah, so it's those last 5 trading days in December, and it goes into the first 2 days of January, and that period will, on average, they go back to 1950. You can, if you get that Trader's Almanac, they'll give it that time period and the returns for each year, but on average, it is generally that 1.3% gain.
Excellent. Yeah, so one of the things I wanted to look at, because a lot of times we'll talk about Santa Claus coming to town early or late, or whether he's coming at all. What we have, what you can do on StockCharts is get seasonality charts. And so here's really one of the easy ways to do it. So I can go and say seasonality, and then I'm going to take the SPY, for example. One of the things you really want to make sure you do, because if you're doing any kind of data analysis, you want the largest sample size that you can possibly have. And so it'll automatically go to the last 5 years, what the seasonality is, but you really want to drag that out. Make sure you have as many samples as possible. You can drag it out to 20 years. So what it's telling us is the percentage of time you get whatever the gains or losses are in each month. And what I found very interesting is that it wasn't necessarily December where you saw these moves, or even in January. The big point in time was November. So it really looks, when you look at the seasonality, and I've got another one here of the Dow, and we'll do the same thing. Look at November in the last 5 years. And in the last 20, you still have a pretty, a positive outlook in December. But honestly, November is probably the better time. Now, whether that's going to hold true this year, we had what did we do on the SPY in November?
We had a record.
We had a very nice rally, right?
Yep, over 11%. It actually was a record for that month.
And there you go. So you can see seasonality wise, you may not, the Santa Claus rally may not be, specific, but, it's specific, but sometimes you'll see the run up on it. And as I said, if you look at a weekly chart and we go back into 2018, we didn't have a Santa Claus rally, did we? Far from it. So, it's not always going to be the case, but I can remember we were talking about the Santa Claus rally back at the end of 2018. And, we got a little bit of a bump here at the end of the month, but overall, the November, we certainly didn't see a November like we're seeing now.
And I recall quite well, 2016 going into 2017. Well, actually, that was that fall period. But yeah, actually December as well. I do recall that quite well, that we had difficulty. We had a little bit of a head fake in the fall, and then it materialized in December of 2016. So it can be tricky. That's where you are going to want to use the charts together with the concept that we can have that 5-day trading rally at the end. Yeah.
And, I'm just looking at this weekly chart, and it does look like Santa Claus might be coming to town. If you look at momentum, a lot of people are saying that right now is a great time for momentum trading, which of course excites me for my decision point diamonds, since I'm more of a momentum trader than anything else in the short term. So
very good. Yeah. Lots of exciting stocks we're going to be talking about later when we review our
our favorite things.
Yes, our favorite things, our favorite stocks.
Yes, a few of our favorite things.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well done, Erin.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I was in choir and as well as math. No, I really wasn't.
Wow, you were a real geek.
All right, so we've talked about the Santa Claus rally. I thought it would be fun to talk about all that glitters. So, one of the things that, of course, we see around the holiday time and gift giving is gold, silver, platinum, jewelry in general. So I thought it would be really interesting to look at some of those metals and, see, are you getting a good deal, right now on gold?
Yeah, I know that is a bit of your expertise is gold. That's something that you focus on, so it'll be interesting to see. I
Absolutely.
have about 3 stocks, but I'm wondering you might cover them.
I will first of all cover gold and I'll look at silver and then I'll pass it to you.
Oh, sure.
How's that go? Okay.
I like it.
Oops, not diamonds. I need DPA. There we go. So yes, I cover gold every single day in the decision point alert. And I also cover gold miners every single day in the decision point alert. And of course, on Fridays, we recap and we show those weekly charts. At the end of the month, we show the monthly charts. So just a quickie there. All right, so here is our chart of dollar gold. And, obviously we have the 2nd of December right here. We don't have what's happening today. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the same chart, similar chart, if you will, with GLD. So we can see what's actually happening right now. So the really interesting thing about gold is that, we really saw it fall. We lost some really important support. And actually, I'm going to show you that on this chart. It's a little longer term. So, we had that giant run up, almost a parabolic move in gold here back during the summer. And then, it really petered out and we've just been, moving kind of sideways. Price got underneath those EMAs, which you don't want to see. We lost the rising trend. We lost this area of support. We lost this area of support. We lost the 200-day EMA. So my sense at the time was, this is where people are going to start capitulating, and you've got certain things starting to show as good. You want to see really high discounts. That means people are very bearish on gold and sentiment's contrarian. So, you want to look at it as a good time to possibly have a reversal. And sure enough, it really looks like gold is ready to reverse. I'm a little concerned about this area of resistance. And here we go back with that GLD chart. Looks like, that resistance level is still going to hold for now. I like that sort of hammer shape, but I don't really consider candlesticks hammers unless they kind of come at a bottom, but it's still nice to see GLD trading near the top of its range. And then finally, I'm going to show you SLV, because I found that this is a really interesting, it's been in very much the same situation as gold, mostly traveling sideways, but the correlation between silver and gold has really been quite different. Right now, we are in this consolidation range, a larger, just straight across range. It looks a little different from gold. $24 here for SLV, that's your resistance. But, if gold starts to do well, a lot of times they will travel in concert. So I like silver right now as well as gold, but I really need to see some of that resistance getting beaten. But you can see the change in momentum, and we're seeing that the price range, it's right at neutral, but moving into positive territory for that RSI. So I'm going to pass it to you.
Interesting. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and share three stocks here. And the first one, I think I'm going to be cheating a little bit. It's Stillwater, and the company.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I presented that one yesterday to my Diamond subscribers. I'm always so shocked. I shouldn't be. We find the same stuff, but
we're on the outlook for the winners, so it's going to happen. Yeah, so we can see the stock is it did break out of a nice base yesterday, a 1-month base, pulling back a little bit, but very orderly. We can see the RSI and the MACD in positive territory. The stock got a buy rating at Citi today, and they also upped their price target to $20. The stock is trading at 15. A lot of their growth story is all about platinum. So while it's not gold or silver, it's certainly one of the metals. The next name that I want to share with you, the ticker is SA. SA. This is Seabridge. Now, this is a gold stock. They have the largest undeveloped gold assets in North America, and we can see that it pulled back. This is in line with what Erin was talking about, where a number of gold stocks just crashed right down through support. But SA is reversing that downtrend. We have that nice MACD crossover, black line up through the red. Once that gets up above net neutral zero, it'll be even more bullish. And we have a positive RSI in place now. We're not getting we did get some nice volume on that initial push, that initial break back up above resistance. So that is constructive. And then one last name that we can take a look at, the ticker symbol is EGO. This is El Dorado Gold, a little bit short changed, if you will, in its downtrend reversal attempt, because it is trading now back below that 50-day simple moving average. Actually, it's a little bit above it. You can go over here and look. The MA 50 is at $12.50. We're currently trading at $12.62. So we are still retaining a presence above that 50. So that is constructive. We need a little more work on the MACD. There's the price target on this particular stock is $17. And one last thing is also this week, there is M&A talk, but it is just talk at this point, but it's could help propel the stock higher.
Very interesting. Yeah, I've found that this week, a lot of gold miners are showing up in my diamond scans. And, you know, obviously for momentum trades, that's a good thing. And I really like that Sibanye, because unlike a lot of the other gold miners, and actually this one looks quite constructive as well, a lot of the other gold miners have been in larger declines. And with Sibanye, you can see that even during that pullback period, it was still traveling higher. So
absolutely,
that looks great.
All
right. Well, we've talked. We're going to go into break. We've talked about all that glitters. I think when we come back from break, we're going to talk about getting coal in your stocking, and I'll let people think about what that might mean. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back with our 'Tis the Season show. We talked about Santa Claus RALLY. We've talked about all that glitters. And so coming out of the break here, we're going to talk about the possibility that you might get coal in your stockings. But the question is, Mary Ellen, is coal a good thing to get in your stocking? Because maybe it is. And
well,
I would say, what are you thinking?
It's interesting. I would prefer those gold bars in my stocking, let's be honest. However, some of the dynamics in coal would make it kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So this is just the ETF for coal. So similar to GDX, which is the gold miners, it's a similar type of an ETF. And you can see that coal has actually been on a really nice run. I know a couple of stocks that some of my subscribers follow and have been in with coal, but I really liked the look of this. And, you know, honestly, it's not only just a short-term looking good. Look at that weekly chart. That, I mean, it is a little on the overbought side here, but it sure looks good. My only concern would be that overhead resistance here. But ultimately, when you see this kind of momentum, it looks to me like it shouldn't have any problem with that.
Yeah, and when you look at the components within KOL, that is an ETF put out by Van Eck, most of the coal providers there are foreign. It's littered with Australian coal providers, Hong Kong, and elsewhere around the world. So that is the reason that is going quite a bit higher than some of the names that I'm going to be sharing with you that are more US based. Shall I carry on?
Yes, absolutely.
Okie dokes.
I'm looking at another one here, that's all.
Oh, okay.
I didn't talk about it. No, I'm not going to talk about it. This is Steele. I'm just looking at this for a friend.
Okay, super. Alrighty, let me go ahead and cover a couple of these gold stock. I'm sorry,
I'm sorry. I
coal.
thought you had the screen already.
Nope, we're good. This is Arch Coal, ARCH. And before I get into it, I did want to remind people that coal is what this product, this fossil fuel does. It provides uh, coal to steel and utilities industry, and coal is the world's most plentiful fossil fuel. So we are seeing a move away from coal toward renewable energy. So hence the decline in some of these names, but you can see ARCH is starting to reverse this downtrend. Very beautiful break back above these simple moving averages, your 50, 200, 21, and 10-day. And take a look, the MACD just turning positive here. Nice positive RSI action going on here. The company did report their earnings back here at the end of October, and they were well above estimates. Their third Q quarterly earnings were just quite a bit higher than what the street was looking for. So we can see that the stock does have nice volume on this upside downtrend reversal. Nice momentum going on there. Let's take a look at one other stock. This is Australian based, but it is an ADR, so we can participate. That is not. It's TECK is the ticker symbol. And take a look. It is hitting a new high in price. And this is all about an announcement this week. It's up 5% today alone. Actually, the announcement came out at the end of November 23rd. They announced that they have increased their coal sales to China because of China's steel to their steel making industry. And so it's really expected to very positively impact their Q4 earnings. So we can see that news was very well received. The stock broke out of this nice 2-week base, nice volume, and now in a confirmed uptrend.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. So would you be happy to get coal in your stocking?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Yeah.
Throw that ETF my way, Santa. That would be great.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Well, let's go into our final, not our final segment, but let's talk about a few of our favorite things.
Yes, take a look at some of our faves going into December. Sure.
Absolutely. So I'll let you start with one or a couple, and I have a couple too.
Okay, that sounds great. I am going to start with an ETF, and by way of that, take us into a couple of stocks within that area. So what we are looking at here is HACK, H-A-C-K. This is a cybersecurity ETF by way of software stock. So what I did want to point out to you is this nice confirmed uptrend, and it's been fairly recent. Let me just go ahead and quickly share with you a view of software overall, because it'll bring more relevance to what we're seeing. This is IGV, High Tech Software ETF, and it's been kind of languishing here of late, not participating. We're seeing the broader market indices hit new highs and rally. It's languishing, but within software, cybersecurity stocks are picking up, and it has a lot to do with earnings. We can take a look at a couple of names within cybersecurity. This is NET, Cloudflare, a nice gap up here following earnings, confirmed uptrend. This has been a nice winner for the MEM Edge report. And then one other name that we can take a look at that is in that cybersecurity space is SailPoint, SAIL. And we can see the stock is just now poised to break out of this nice 6-week base. We're getting nice volume characteristics, and we've had that crossover. MACD now up above that 0 and a positive RSI. So those are a couple of names. I certainly have a laundry list of others, but
of other favorite things.
Yeah, this is a good start. And certainly, yeah.
All right. Well, I have, there are a couple I've been looking at as well. Software has certainly been very powerful lately. I get the feeling though that we're starting to see a move a little bit more back into those semiconductors. So I like those. And I've really been a fan of consumer discretionary. And of course, those are always great to get in your stocking. Gambling or going on a trip, hotel, or in this case, getting some clothing from TJ Maxx. That's one of my favorites. And you can see that this is one that I do like right now. It is getting slightly overbought, but it's in a really nice rising trend right now. I presented this one as a diamond on Tuesday, I believe, maybe last week. And you can see that I had set this stop. It's a rather deep stop, but I think you could even, if you did get in here, you could just watch that rising trend and that 20-day EMA. And, if it doesn't hold those, you really don't need to hold it all the way back down to support unless you really wanted to. But you can see that we have nice volume trends here. And we know that StockCharts technical rank is rising as well. So this is one I think we could consider in the very short term. I have to say one of the ones, and let's see here, the other one of my semiconductors. Let's look at NVIDIA. There we go. So NVIDIA has been, like I said, the semiconductors have been a little bit sad, if you will. I don't feel like they've been doing that poorly, but you can see November was certainly not that great for the semiconductors. But I'm starting to see that rising trend. You can see that we had that almost like a V bottom here in the very, very short term. Not happy to see that momentum turning a little bit south here, but we've got plenty of positivity to neutral on the price range. It's just consolidating. So it looks like to me it might be building up some steam, if you will. So that was one. And what is that other symbol? I always have these charts ready to go and then I don't.
Right. There are any number of, okay, go right ahead.
Peloton. I don't know what you've been thinking about this stock. It certainly, had the really great rise in October, but I think this one's going to start to take off again over this holiday season and moving into January as they've expanded into sort of the software portion of this, obviously as part of their bikes. But you can see it's really lined up right now. It hasn't actually broken out quite yet, but I really do like the look of it.
I agree. Keep this on your radar, that MACD just turning positive, RSI just nipping up above. I'd like to see a little more volume, but I agree. I know so many people, pandemic or not, they're buying these Peloton bikes and they're all, each and every one are thrilled.
Yes,
I tried it out last week and it's a fantastic product. So
I would just love that. I think that they're great. Looks like we have only about a minute left, but we can show our "Yeah, that happened" really quickly. Just go over that story.
Yeah, so this is taking place in Northern California. There was a report of a burglary at a business in the evening. Police showed up ready to do battle, but it was really 12 raccoons that were in a brawl, basically. And so we can just very quickly share in mind, I'll share one name with you that is very much aligned with the concept of a burglary. This is Amazon. This company, Amazon, bought out Ring, which is a doorbell service, cameras, security for your home. Not much to talk about here with Amazon. It's just kind of wobbling here a bit sideways.
I think it's ready for a move, though. I do like it. All right, well, we better close this out because we're all out of time. I just want to tell everybody it's been great having you here. Have a great holiday as you continue into the holidays, and 'tis the season. Happy trading.
Hey, Grayson Rose here with StockCharts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, consider giving it a like down below, maybe leave us a comment, and if you're new to the channel, you can subscribe at the link up above. We're gonna bring you daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial experts.